Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
And with us here, he'll be joining us shortly, is that magnificent Son X. We'll have him. He'll be joining us here in a short bit.
Why isn't he here now?
I don't know.
Tyrant. Why isn't he a tyrannical one?
I'm not tyrannical, Grumpy, so that's just a false characterization. That's all.
It is not. Everyone knows
it's false, Grumpy. That is fake news. Anyway, for those who are new to the podcast, welcome. This is a twice a week all sports podcast that takes place every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
9:30, quarter to 10.
No, not 9:30, quarter to 10.
What time is it now?
Well, we're running a little late, Grumpy. That happens.
It's like every single.
We were watching the Islander game, Grumpy. That's what it was.
No, it's not true.
Yes, it is. We're watching the Islander game. That's what made us run a little late, Grumpy.
Ridiculous.
But I tell you one thing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's a twice a week all sports podcast. Again, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sundays 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk anything and everything sports. We talk NHL, we talk MLB, we talk NBA, we talk NFL, we talk college athletics, we talk world football, aka soccer here for those in the States. So we talk anything and everything sports on this show. So if you're new to the channel and you like the content, do a few things for us. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss out on any of the further content that we post, and hit the thumbs up, like button, whatever's synonymous wherever you're watching this video, right? Because apparently that helps the algorithm. It helps get this fun time of just shooting the shit and talking sports out to the masses. On today's podcast, we've got a full docket, I'd say, of sports drama. Drama. Some people love it. It'll be fun talking about. We've got some updates we're going to talk about for Trevor Bauer. We got some updates talking about for Pat Fitzgerald. We've got here, I'd say, some Mark Davis was in the news for a few reasons this week. Yeah, he got another bowl cut, the bowl cut 2.0. We're going to talk about the passing of Dick Butkus. I know Grumpy, I'm sure, is going to take us down yesteryear talking about his memories of Dick Butkus. We're going to talk about Lionel Messi being nominated for the MVP of the MLS. Don't ask me how the hell that could happen. He only played
2 games.
Only played 2 games, but he's going to be, he'll be elected, or he'll be gifted another award.
I think it was in his contract.
When he went ahead and transferred over, when he signed that contract there, he was.
I have to be league MVP every year I'm here.
Jesus.
Well, gosh, the season's only a game left. I don't care. All right, we'll make it happen.
All righty, Leo. We'll go ahead and give you that. Also, if I go to the MLS, I have to be gifted and given another Ballon d'Or, right? I've been gifted and given about 4 or 5 of those that were undeserving throughout my career. I need to be gifted yet another Ballon d'Or. And so they'll make it happen. Something that's congruent with his career is a lot of undeserved trophies. Oh, yeah. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about a lot of great things here this evening. But let's first get into the comments. This is X's job, but who knows what X is doing here. Drew L says here, an update on Japan. I've reconnected with somebody I knew from there. I haven't seen him in almost 7 years. I'm super excited. I'm traveling to there in December to just to spend a week there.
We don't care about your travel plans. We don't care about your travel plans.
No, Grumpy, you care about his travel plans. He's going there to Japan. I can't believe you only be there for a week. You got to be there for like 2 weeks if you're going to Japan. If you're going overseas, you got to pencil out yourself enough time if you can. And Drew says here, speaking about Japan, let's talk about somebody who has right on the whole time, Trevor Bauer. Now he was pitching there in Japan this year. Grump, let's go ahead and pop up the video. Now, Trevor Bauer, 2 years ago, was put into the news for allegedly beating and sexually assaulting a lady. And he was at that point suspended by the MLB. His contract was voided by the LA Dodgers. And again, he's had a suspension for 2 years that he cannot play in the MLB.
And he was innocent. So many people.
Well, let's listen first to what he's got to say. before
Okay.
you just jump there, Grumpy. So let's stop watching TV and let's not jump the gun and let's start
Jesus
talking
Christ, just
real
roll the
sports.
video.
Are you hold on, Grumpy? Let me do this. Are you really that fixated on watching the Redskins play the Bears? Really? Two shit squads facing off tonight?
First of all, it's not on. Just hate to tell
What are
you.
you watching then? Flip your screen around. What are you watching?
Watching the end of the Islanders Flyers game.
That's already over. It's 5-2. The Flyers.
I
beat them.
didn't realize it was on right away.
Okay, well, we can put pause, Grumpy. You can watch that later. Hold on. Who's playing tonight for the Islanders that it's so crucial to watch them?
All the guys who are on the bubble, Noah Dobson, Alexander Romanov, Scott Mayfield, they look terrible.
Yeah.
With 10 minutes to go in the game, they were outshot 29-12. Now, they didn't play a whole lot of starters. I mean, but still, I'd like to see a little bit something better. You can't take two. I just hate the Flyers. Flyers playing a lot of starters today, but 12 shots on goal halfway through the third period. I'm sorry, it's not good enough.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, like Grumpy, you're not missing out on anything. I will say that much. You didn't miss out on much. It was a whole bunch of nothing. But we'll probably hear from Phil's Fiction next week about how great they looked. You know,
You're probably right.
They weren't playing top tier talent on the ice. You know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm trying to see here what the lineup was like tonight. Now, this game was not. Oh, so you got it televised then, huh, Grumpy?
It's on ESPN Plus.
Okay, gotcha.
As a professional, you should know that.
Well, I will say this here, Grump. I just want to make sure you had it too. I'm trying to see if they had went over what the line combos looked like.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. But here's the thing. We were playing a skeleton squad, honestly. I mean, Gauthier played.
I saw guys like Wallstrom, John Gabriel, Pajot, stuff like that. They played.
All the bubble guys played, and then they had Pajot and Casey, I think. That was it. But mostly just the bubble guys. And defensively, they had Dobson, Romanoff, and Mayfield play. Mayfield looked terrible. They all looked terrible.
So Wallstrom was playing on a lot again. Another night that Wallstrom is not playing with NHLers, Durando and Pino and Oliver Wallstrom. So
they had Pajot was playing with Holmstrom and DeFore to start.
Why is Wallstrom being paired up with guys who have zero? Why is Wallstrom being paired up with players every single night who have no chance of ever sniffing an NHL game?
Holmstrom is terrible. He is terrible. He will not go into a corner. Puck goes in the corner. Well, maybe it'll bounce out to me. Okay. That's all he says. Maybe it'll bounce out to me.
Well, let's focus up on this upcoming here, the video here, getting into our podcast, and you can watch the rest of that game and the slaughter of the Islanders later. So this is what was released here by Trevor Bauer, and these are, he'll explain, these are text messages received by his accuser. I believe it is Katie Hall. I can't even remember her freaking name.
Skanky bitch.
Hill. What's her name, Grumpy?
Lion Skanky bitch.
Lindsay Hill, I'm sorry, is her name. So we'll listen to Skanky bitch per Grumpy.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsay Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in. You know how I roll. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how is she going to do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said, being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million.
Really quickly. If she were to do something like this, how stupid can she be where she made sure to include all this in text messages?
She's a dipshit.
Like, did she not think that this, like, if you say, hey, I guess she just thought, oh, Trevor's going to settle outside of court and that's that. Most people don't want to deal with it. I guess she picked the wrong person because think about it. He sacrificed 2 years of his playing career unjustly when he was punished to make sure that his name was cleared.
That's the Me Too movement. Women taking advantage of men because they could, and her being an absolute whore. I bet you that was a role she's well versed in. All that women like this do is rooted for true victims of sexual assault. Because
Yes.
now, whenever I hear it, particularly with people with money, I don't believe them. I assume they're all lying just to make money. Sorry.
You see that this is sometimes, I mean, like it's, and like Lindsay does it. I mean, like you listen to her responses to this.
Skanky ass hoe. That's what her name will be. That's skanky ass hoe.
Lindsay Hill, you listen to some of the responses she has, and yikes, it's really bad. You could tell. It's just like, when you're right, when you do something like this, of course, but when you do something like this and you blatantly lie to try to go ahead and financially exploit a professional athlete, it makes people question in the future if something like this happens. And sometimes there are professional athletes who absolutely sexually assault women because they have the ability to do that. There are absolutely professional, but it's like women like this right here, it puts doubt in people's mind because they say, well, oh man, well, maybe it's another Lindsay Hill. You know, I'm not going to believe him because, oh, they're just going after the money. It's another Lindsay Hill. Oh, just wait. It's another Lindsay Hill. This guy's innocent because Lindsay Hill did something like this. And I remember this because we see what it cost Trevor Bauer. 2 years of playing in the prime of his career. Who knows how many millions of dollars and his professional career. But this is, we'll continue to listen. We'll continue to listen. It's got 3 minutes left, but go ahead, Grumpy.
If I'm him, I'm suing Major League Baseball. I'm suing the Dodgers because, again, in today's society, it's guilty until proven innocent. And the freaking squawk box, which are these, these whatever, they just squawk the loudest. So it's like, hey, he's guilty. No one. It's always rush to judgment. And if it's a man, watch out. You're in trouble.
Let's go ahead and listen to the rest of this before Grumpy continues.
Read another text. Then, after the second time we met, former Padres pitcher Jacob Nix told her, "You got to get this bag. I'll give you $50,000." Lindsay replied. Her AA sponsor asked her at one point, "Do you feel a tiny bit guilty?" "Not really," she replied. Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement. But as I have done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent. In August of 2021, Lindsay Hill's claims were heard in court. And during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team.
Bingo.
Information like this video, which was taken by Lindsay Hill herself the morning after she claimed.
So I'll let you see this one.
That was after she was getting railed all night playing
hold on, Grumpy. Stop
playing the role of whore.
Okay, Grumpy.
Slop puppet.
Grump. I don't want to have to mute you. You got to play along, Grumpy. Okay, Grumpy? We need you to play nice, Grumpy. Don't want to need to mute you. I'm going to show this here for a second, and then I want to post up because remember, when she made the police report, she had black eyes. But I'll let you watch this here again, and I'll show you the contrast. Hold on.
Just one thing I did.
Hold on, Grumpy. I need you to. I'm trying to do something real quick, okay, buddy?
I just want to add something while I remember. It has been discovered that her lawyers all knew about these videos and about these texts and did not release in the findings. Did not release those. They covered it up. Did not release those to his lawyers like they are supposed to do.
They should all be disbarred. Every single one.
Then her new lawyer also knew, and they all, no, we don't know anything about that. They all lied. Oh, that's right. They should all be disbarred. And this sloppy road pig should be hung out to dry.
Okay. Grumpy.
Yes.
Grumpy.
Yes.
Are we gonna have to mute him, X? Are we gonna have to mute this guy?
We'll never get through the podcast.
Oh my God, Grump. Jesus.
All right,
All righty. So I'll show this and I'll show the picture because that's really what we want to see. Because she went there when she went ahead and reported this. So let's look again.
Video, which was taken by Lindsay Hill herself the morning after she claimed she was brutally attacked.
So we'll get it nice and zoomed in here. We see the picture of her right now. This is the picture that she went ahead. Look at this. Look at the difference here. That you see that picture right after the evening.
We see no picture.
You saw it earlier, right, Grumpy?
Yes.
This is how she went in, claiming that this is how, like, oh man, this is how he beat me up.
I bet you after a night with him, the only thing that was damaged was the back of her throat.
Grump.
Grumpy, Jesus fuck, dude. I'm gonna have to mute you. I'm
Grumpy
being
sounds-
serious,
Grumpy
Grumpy.
sounds
You gotta
offensive.
Grump, getting close there, buddy. Just giving you a heads up. So whatever you got to do to fucking calm down and put yourself in check, put yourself in timeout. That's what you need to do, okay, buddy? Oh my God, X. I want to get your thought. Oh, Jesus Christ, this
I
commercial.
think that the MLB and I think the MLB absolutely and the Dodgers owe him a huge apology, absolutely massive, and I think that he should sue them. I think he should.
Should he not be automatically reinstated to Major League Baseball?
He
Yeah,
should
he
have
should.
been reinstated already.
Yep.
He should have been reinstated already.
And they owe him an apology. They should go out in the media because they slandered his ass. They slandered his name for sure. They did.
Absolutely.
And honestly, he could sue him for defamation.
Well, trust me, it gets to that. You obviously have not seen this video.
No, I have
yes.
seen the video. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen some of it.
Well, you know what happens here in a bit then if you've seen some of it. So she responded. Oh my God. Now, this is what she claims. The reason why in the first picture, you see there's a little bit of a difference. We see her here. Oh man, black eyes. She looks like she's got a swollen lip, like she's been punched in the face. You know, a little bit in the swollen jaw.
She
Now,
did her lip challenge and then put some makeup under her eyes.
yes. In this picture, we're not seeing any bruising under her eyes. Her jaw and her lip doesn't look swollen at all. She's kind of got a weird smirk and smile on her face. She claims that what had happened was the video that she took was in poor lighting. And that's the reason why she doesn't look like she's been abused at that point.
Should
She
yank
looks
that
pretty
nose
happy.
ring out with a pair of pliers.
She look,
Yep.
she looks pretty happy for somebody who was just abused. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, she blamed it was for bad lighting, and that was reported by Barstool Sports.
She's smiling though.
Yes.
That's my
Well,
point.
let's continue along here. Listen to the rest of what Trevor Bauer has to say here.
Emotionally traumatized and desperate to get away from me. And now we have the metadata, so there can be no dispute. It was taken mere minutes before she left my house on the morning of May 16th, 2021, without my knowledge or consent, of course. In it, you can see her lying in bed next to me while I'm sleeping, smirking at the camera without a care in the world, or any marks on her face.
Can I say
I think
something
it
real
paints a
quick?
pretty clear picture.
Yes, Grumpy.
One thing that disturbs me about Trevor Bauer is that he wears some type of mask to go to sleep.
It might have been during the day.
Why do you wear the mask? That's what I want to know.
Okay. You done, Grumpy?
Yeah.
Picture of what actually happened the evening of May 15th and why the video was originally concealed from us. After hearing the evidence available to her, Judge Diana Gold-Saltman found that Lindsay Hill had misled the court. She found her claims to be materially misleading. She denied her request for a domestic violence restraining order, and she found that no sexual assault or non-consensual conduct took place. Now, some of you might not know about restraining order hearings. I know I didn't, but I've since learned that it's extremely rare for a request for a restraining order to be denied because the standard of proof that you need to obtain one is extremely low. So you can make of that what you will. The fact is, I was never arrested. I was never charged with a crime, and I won the only legal proceeding that took place without my side of the story even being heard. And most importantly, as I've said from day one, I never sexually assaulted Lindsay Hill or anyone else for that matter. So I sued her, which prompted her to countersue me. Quite frankly, regardless of the outcome in court, I've paid significantly more in legal fees than Lindsay Hill could ever pay me in her entire life. And I knew that would be the case going in. But the lawsuit was never about the money for me. It was the only way for me to obtain critical information to clear my name. The discovery process in that lawsuit recently concluded, at which point Lindsay Hill's legal team again came to us with another proposal to resolve the case. This time, however, they weren't seeking any money from me. Having received much of the information that had been hidden from us, a small portion of which I've referenced here, I was willing to agree to the terms proposed. Both parties would drop their respective lawsuits, and neither of us would pay either side any money. I also retained my right to speak publicly about the case, something I have not been at liberty to do since June of 2021. So, as of today, both lawsuits have been settled. Now, over the last 2 years, I've been forced to defend my integrity and my reputation in a very public setting. But hopefully this is the last time I have to do so, as I'd prefer to just remain focused on doing my job, winning baseball games and entertaining fans around the world. So today, I'm happy to be moving on with my life.
So obviously, you kind of feel for a guy like that. You know, people have come out, like Tom Glavine came out and spoke, and he's like, man, oh man, well, I absolutely hate to be a professional athlete today in today's world, because you get people who, just like her, who are trying to exploit, because, right, the text messages were pretty clear before they had met, right? You could check the data as to when the text message was sent. Well, she claims, well, I dated a lot of baseball players in that scene, and, you know, I just have a really dark sense of humor. And that's what it was about. It wasn't about him. It was about other items and other players that we were joking around about with a dark sense of humor.
She was like a human pine tar rag, just passed around. Everybody used her.
Jesus Christ.
Loosen up their bats. Make sure the grip is. Make sure they got the right grip on it. No, seriously, all kidding aside, right? The biggest thing, he's a big boy, okay? He's got money. It's not him that's going to suffer. It's the women who are true victims of sexual assault. Those are the women who are going to suffer. We've talked about this before. When women are lying to make money by claiming sexual abuse and all this other stuff, at the end of the day, it makes the credibility of regular people. There's already a stigma about sexual assault. He said, she said, right? But now it's going to be even harder for women who are truly sexually assaulted to come forward and say something, because they see something like this and already people are thinking that, nope, she's lying. And that honestly, seriously, is the real crime here. That's the real crime. And that's why I'm so pissed at this Hill girl. Not because of what she did to him, the fact that she's made it difficult for any other woman who's been sexually assaulted.
Yep.
She doesn't. Here's the thing. She's so selfish. She doesn't even think like that. But she's ruining the lives of other women who've been sexually assaulted and now who won't be believed or won't come forth because they don't think they're going to get a fair shake. That's what happens when you lie like that.
Well, the thing is, this is not the first, the second, the third, the fourth time this has come out recently. This stuff has come out, I feel, a lot recently with athletes.
Yes.
You've seen it. The kid who played for Baylor, who was falsely accused. The kicker recently who was falsely accused and got dropped from the NFL. I mean, it's happening to a lot of different players and a lot more often now. And I think you're exactly right, Grump. People are now seeing this happen and they're thinking, do I really believe the woman now to start with? Because, well, we saw what happened in XYZ case over here, that they've been lying.
Maybe every athlete should make a woman that he wants to have relations with sign a waiver.
Sign a form.
Sign a waiver.
Yep.
This is showing that there's a waiver. We'll take pictures of you before and after, just because I'm covering my ass here.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely not a good one. But X, I know you're going to start some comments here up for us too.
Well, I thought that you were doing that. You had said you were going to do that job.
Just do it, X.
So
chicanery.
Obviously, that was big news. Now, I think he's gonna, I assume, right? He's gonna sue the MLB and the Dodgers for wrongful termination.
Absolutely. Certainly the Dodgers. They terminated his contract. Absolutely, they should lose. Absolutely, he should get paid by them. And he could sue Major League Baseball too for damages. I mean, it's just, that's what happens. The rush to judgment. Let stuff play out before you make these determinations. Something wrong?
By the way, yeah, quick thing to notate, Khalil Herbert probably just tore his ACL. So that's nice.
I don't know how you know that, X.
I saw it on the TV.
I don't think you got a whole lot of running backs you can pick up there, X, in your fantasy leagues. Oh,
I'm screwed.
It looks like he's got a Boobie Miles injury to me.
Don't worry, that's only my third running back to go out this year in one of my leagues. Third running back probably going to have a season-ending injury.
Third, at least
third. J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, and now Khalil Herbert.
Ouch. Guess what?
You know what that means? You don't want to be a running back on X's team.
I mean,
Whoever gets picked up by X, you want to freaking immediately go ahead and fake an injury.
I have like, what is it? What are those little puppets that people would like stab with needles? The voodoo dolls. My team might as well be a voodoo doll. If you want a player to get eliminated or injured, yep, just send him to my team. He'll be injured within the week. Don't worry.
Jesus Christ. I will say this here, talking about faking injuries, because I want to jump, because we're going to jump and talk about, right, lawsuits, right, potential lawsuits. Now, faking injuries. Do you guys remember AJ Pierzynski, the catcher?
Yes.
X, do you remember him?
No, you gotta refresh my
White
memory.
Sox, Twins. He played for a lot of teams. Yes, I remember.
He was on a podcast recently talking about faking injuries. I'll let you listen to it. Quite an odd one here.
Oh, dude, anal fissure. Oh. I don't even know what that is, but I saw someone go on the IL with it once, and it just sounds funny. Brian Snicker at True Meeting. Snicker was the manager at the time.
Yeah.
It still is the
It
manager of
still
the Braves.
is.
He was just in the room. Like, he had nothing to do with this
Sure.
whole meeting. And then the GM and the people in charge, and they said, we're going to either let you go or we're going to put you on the IL till September. I'm like, well, just put me on the IL. I don't care. What do I do? Go home, hang out. And I'm like, what did I hurt? Because I'm not hurt. They said, well, what do you want to have hurt? And I said, I got a great idea. This will work. Nobody will believe it. And they said, well, what is it? And I said, anal fissure. And they go, no. And they looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, yeah, that'll work. And they said, no, we're just going to go with right hamstring tightness because people will believe that. And I go, well, no, they won't because I've never pulled the hamstring in my life. And they're like, okay, well, it's hamstring. Enjoy your 2 weeks.
So, in other words, what he's trying to say is that teams have been in cahoots with players to put them on injured reserve. What a shock. Is this really surprising to anyone?
Who would have ever thought that in professional sports, you might have players and management go ahead and place certain players on injured reserve in order to make sure they can make up enough cap space? That would never happen in professional sports, Grumpy. They would never have a guy ever get injured. I like how he wanted to be with anal fissures. That would have been fantastic if that actually went through. What are you going to do? Check his ass?
Okay, hamstring tightness is better, though, honestly. For a catcher,
You could be out for longer with hamstring tightness than anal fissures. I'm not sure how long anal fissures will keep you out for.
particularly if you're a catcher, right?
Yeah.
Squatting down like that, man, that hamstring tightness up and down all the time, be a problem.
I thought you'd find that one interesting there.
Well, Billy Epler, the former GM of the Mets, he resigned today as GM of the Mets. He's under investigation from Major League Baseball of manipulating the disabled list / injured list. So who knows?
Hold on.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. No, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't have the volume up there, but whatever.
But he's under investigation now. He resigned today. So that means that David Stern's going to have his own guys come in, whoever his GM is, he's going to hire, and new manager. So it's going to be a full, clean slate with the Mets. I hope he doesn't run them like a small market team, though. That's whenever you see, and the Red Sox did it with Chaim Bloom recently, brought him in from Tampa Bay to do more of an analytics-based thing, and the Red Sox have sucked ever since. And Red Sox. They've been miserable ever since. They're not even it's like they've been the worst team in the division for a number of years now, right? So It's like, okay, they let go of him because the analytics thing doesn't work, particularly if you're a big market team. The Mets should never be a team that says, oh, let's pinch pennies and get a bunch of guys, who are, below market value, try to piece things together. They're in the biggest city in the world. They're a big market team. I hate when big market teams play it cheap. They should not play it cheap. I'll be interested to see what they do.
In New York, Grumpy, they're in New York. You're right. Epler is gone. I'm going to let you know something. It's just really coincidental that just happened to coincide with him stepping away or, leaving. So
he was never going to stay on. You knew he was getting moved out.
Now I want to talk about another lawsuit that is on the way. Do you remember Northwestern's football coach, Pat Fitzgerald, actually kind of turned the program around from being a perpetual loser to a pretty respectable program in Northwestern.
That's
Do you guys
right.
remember Pat Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do.
How about
Good
you?
linebacker. Good linebacker for Northwestern back in the day.
So Pat Fitzgerald is suing Northwestern for $130 million for the wrongful termination in the wake of the hazing and scandal abuse that engulfed the athletic department. Now, it feels like you've really got to go ahead and flip, back to yesteryear in order to remember what happened with him. But I want to go ahead and pull up here just a little bit of a clip and a snippet there of a reminder as to where we are with this. Shit. If I can get it pulled up right. Okay, here we go. Let's put this up here for us.
Former Northwestern football head coach Pat Fitzgerald is firing back and wants to take the school to court. He filed a wrongful termination lawsuit against the school, and he wants at least $130 million. Now, Fitzgerald was suspended and later ousted from his alma mater after allegations of hazing within the program went viral back in July. An NCAA investigation had determined that the longtime coach did not know of any wrongdoing, but could have made an effort to find out about what was
What the fuck does that even mean?
actually happening. Now, on Thursday,
Let's
Think
listen to
about
that
that.
portion again. The NCAA declared that he did not know of any wrongful doing.
And this was an investigation by attorney Maggie Hickey of the law firm Arndt Fox Schiff. It's not like the NCAA, not like it was like a kangaroo court from the NCAA bailing out a coach. They hired someone to actually do an investigation. Hired someone to do an investigation, and this is what was determined. Run it again.
Yes. Oh, motherfucker. You know what it is? Because I got ESPN pulled up, and ESPN just takes up so much fucking bandwidth. I hate that pilot.
Okay, I can read it to you.
Don't worry, Grumpy. Don't worry. We'll put it pulled up. Just relax. We got it pulled up here. Here we go, Grump.
Seems like we're lacking production value.
at least $130 million. Now, Fitzgerald was suspended and later ousted from his alma mater after allegations of hazing within the program went viral back in July. An NCAA investigation had determined that the longtime coach did not know of any wrongdoing, but could have made an effort to find out about what was actually happening. Now, on Thursday, his attorney...
You want to say something, Grump?
Think about that. He didn't know, but you know what? He could have found out, but he didn't know. Didn't know, but he could have found out. And you want to know who wrote the articles that got him in trouble? The freaking student newspaper.
Really?
Yes, the Daily Northwestern student newspaper wrote stories alleging of hazing and racism in the football. Somebody's probably pissed off at their playing time, so they went and squawked to one of their, whoever's in Suite Z over here, who writes for the student newspaper.
Wow.
It's not like it was some real reporter out there. It was a student freaking newsletter.
And he was suspended, and they were launching an investigation.
And they
during that time period, it was like not even 2 days after they launched an investigation, they fired him.
That's right. And why?
Because he was locked into a huge contract, and the team wasn't winning as many games.
They were afraid of the backlash. Afraid of being silenced by the masses. Afraid, petrified. We can't do what's right. Let's take the path of least resistance. They're going to attack us. Get rid of him.
Do you think it's kind of like the similar circumstance of Rick Pitino?
It's all the same.
He didn't know what was going on with the team when they were buying strippers and stuff for the recruits.
Well, Rick Pitino didn't do that. It was the recruiting guy.
But my thing is Rick Pitino still got fired.
Yeah.
You want to know why he was canned? And it's the same reason why the guy at Michigan State was canned, because they said, we may have a little bit of an out. He was still owed $130 million, and he signed a huge freaking contract, and the team was 3-9, and then the year after 1-11. He was fired because they had a little bit of an allegation They saw maybe a little bit of wiggle room to fire his ass, and they said, "Great, we could fire him for wrongful. We could go ahead and fire him for wrongdoing, and we could go ahead and make sure we save all this money we had to pay him if we just fired him normally." That's why they did it. It's the same reason why the guy at Michigan State got fired. All of these coaches who are getting fired with these allegations are all coaches who have multiple, and I mean multiple years left on their contract with huge amount of money to be paid to them. These universities can't say, well, we'll eat the $130 million we still owe him, and then we'll go ahead and sign another guy that's going to cost us another $130. That's not how that works.
He was not owed $130 million. He was not. He wants the balance of his contract, which was his salary was $68 million. The other 62 was for future lost income.
So $68 million. Okay, gotcha. He still had another 7 3/4 of a year remaining. His contract was not expiring until March 31st of 2031.
You realize
there you go. He had another 7 years plus left on his contract, and he had another 7 years at almost $10 million a year still owed to him. That's why they canned his ass.
You realize this is the most successful Northwestern has ever been in football is when Pat Fitzgerald's have been there. You realize that, right?
I do.
Because they're usually 1-10 every year, 0-11 every single year, 0-12. That's what they are every year. Because they're a shitty program. It's an academic school where you got people, muckrakers, write for the local, the high school, the college paper to get people fired because their buddy didn't get enough playing time.
So let's watch some more here.
I just love the best thing. He didn't know, but he could have found out. So that you're guilty of that now. Now he's got to be investigator too.
He wasn't doing enough investigative work, is what it was, Grump.
Well, as a football coach, what is this? How much investigation do football coaches do? What do football coaches at the college level actually do, TJ?
They coach. They're just figureheads.
All they do is coach. They're not out there investigating, beating the bushes about hazing incidents. Are they?
No, they're not.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not.
Unless they know about it, right? If it gets somebody tells them, it gets passed along to their desk, it's different. But if nobody's telling them,
he didn't even know. He didn't know, but he should have known.
Yes, I know. I want to hear what X has got to say, X or Grumpy, before you keep monopolizing. Grumpy or X, what do you think about this situation, man?
I mean, I feel like it kind of falls along the same lines as the Rick Pitino situation, where he's going to be the scapegoat because it comes down to, well, you're the head coach. You should have known what's going on. We've seen it before. This is not the first time. And I mean, I really don't think there's much more that he could have done. It's not like he goes and brings the kids in and is like, hey, is there hazing going on in the locker room? Is there hazing going on the team? It's not like coaches do that. I mean, TJ, throughout your playing days, how many times were you brought in and asked if hazing was going on?
We didn't have like a extreme hazing. There was a little bit of messing around, but there was no hazing.
How many times did the coaches bring you in and ask you if there was hazing going on?
They would just make a very blanketed statement. They'd never ask you to be like, hey guys, just remember, you don't want to haze or do this. And maybe he did say something like that, but it's like, it's not like, hey, there's bite behind it, or like, hey, Johnny, we know you're doing this and you need to stop. So there was none of that.
Well, that's my point. Is like, they're not going to know. I mean, but I have a feeling they use the head coach, and they always do use the head coach as the scapegoat. It was the same thing with Penn State when Jerry Sandusky was doing that stuff. They ended up firing the head coach of Penn State.
Little different. That's a little different there.
No, it wasn't. It absolutely wasn't.
He had no idea that stuff.
No. That's wrong. You're wrong. It's just materially wrong. He brought it
to the president of the university. That's what Joe Paterno did. He brought the allegations to president of the university. They said he should have went further and went to the police. That's exactly what happened.
That is what
got fired for that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not like he didn't know. He did.
Okay, I didn't know that he knew. I thought he didn't know at all.
It's not apples to apples.
He went to his higher up and said what happened. I mean,
okay, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole, but let's try to keep it somewhat on the Pat Fitzgerald item.
That's my stance on it. I feel like the head coach always gets the shaft end, regardless of whether, if they know, it's bad, but if they didn't know, they still get the shaft end.
Yes. And let's continue listening here. They got about 30 seconds left here.
Blasting the school's decision to fire their client after 17 seasons at the helm. Now, Fitzgerald's attorney, Dan Webb, said that the school wrongfully and illegally sacked Fitzgerald without any legitimate or rational reason whatsoever. He added the lawsuit includes claims of breach of contract on 2 occasions and defamation. Fitzgerald had a 1-10 and 1-on-1 record over the course of his coaching career. And as for the Wildcats, they're currently 2-3, and they play Howard this Saturday.
I did think it was he had been there for 17 years.
Yeah,
coach.
It's been the most successful that team has ever been under Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah, X. Let's start popping up some comments. We'll get you there, X. Let's start getting some comments up there, buddy. Goon, Grumpy.
The latest start time ever. Does this signal the quality will be outstanding or merely distracting?
Outstanding quality today. Drell said, "Is Nicholas scared to show his face after I showed his stream fail?"
Oh shit!
Oh damn, who's Nicholas?
I don't know.
Goon.
Was Billy Epler a sucker? No. He served his purpose for the couple of years he was there, and they didn't win. He's gone. That's the way it be. It's a meritocracy. You don't perform, you're gone. Sorry. Yep. Joseph C. says, Justin Fields starting to look like an NFL quarterback. 7 touchdown passes in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, piece of shit. I hate him.
Okay, I will say this. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a lot of Justin Fields. Did you see the catches that DJ Moore was making today? Holy shit.
Oh my God. We got a comment about DJ Moore here in a little bit.
Okay, put that one up real quick, X.
DJ Moore has 30 points for me at half.
Holy crap, that's insane. That's crazy, Drew.
Grumpy. So that I mean, is he playing Grumpy or who's playing?
No.
God damn.
No, I'm not playing Justin Fields. In my money league, I played against Justin Fields last week. That guy hasn't had more than 11 fantasy points all year. He goes off last week.
Look at this. Look at this catch real quick.
Fields to the end zone, reaching up.
That's a nice catch.
That's an easy catch.
It's a good throw.
That's a nice play, but I mean nothing spectacular. That's nothing spectacular. That's a play he should make.
It's a good catch.
It's a regular catch. Everyone should make that catch. Everyone.
Oh, look at this!
Can you make that Grump? I need to see Grumpy in some shoulder pads.
I can make.
I'm not even sure Grumpy can freaking run a damn route without freaking.
I can run routes.
He's had a few good catches. Now you're gonna make me freaking pull. Oh shit! Now you gotta make me pull up the DJ Moore catches that he had because he's had quite a few good catches there. That's
you're gonna show the same one over and over. There's only one. He made one that was.
He had one along the sidelines too. God damn.
Here, let's get to some more comments.
Here it is. Here it is, right here, Grumpy.
Now in the backfield, play action, pass caught.
Almost
great spin move to the inside.
3.
Off he goes again. What a first half for him.
That wasn't a great catch. Right in his hand.
I wouldn't say it was a great catch. I said it was a good play.
Okay.
Oh my God! Who gives a shit?
He's having a good night. Damn it!
All right, it's fine. He's having a good night. Don't make it sound like he's a great player because he's not.
X can't take his eyes off the TV. It even tells you how good of a
they're talking about Dick Butkus right now. So
Andrew L says, "I'd like." Oh yeah, they are showing Gale Sayers, George Halas, and Dick Butkus, 3 Hall of Famers. We'll talk about that later on.
We'll talk about that. So let's pay attention to the show. Huh?
Andrew L says, "I'd like to take this time to say you're welcome to everyone in the fantasy football league for putting TJ in an 0-4 hole. TJ thinks his team is the best team in the league right now." Right this second, he thinks his team is the best in the league. His
come up is about to be fucking real.
Every
Andrew L, and for that, we thank you.
Every single year, TJ's teams are 4-11, 3-10, and my team's I'm going to make playoffs. I'm going to clean up. I'm like, dude, you're 4 games out of a playoff with 3 games to go, and there's 8 teams ahead of you. You're not. I could still make playoffs, so I would. I'm like, you can't.
The only thing TJ cleans up is the shit trail that his team leaves behind every week.
Oh damn,
that's a little rude there, X.
That is a little rude, X.
Get better,
X.
Get better.
Yeah.
Okay. Get better. That's all I'm saying. Start by reading this comment.
Goon says, "Am I deemed insane for feeling that the Jets will actually not make jackasses of themselves on Sunday?" I think
when Zach Wilson shows up.
I think the Zach Wilson that he's been for 23 years, or the one in the second and third quarter of the Sunday night game.
Or the one that was playing in front of Taylor Swift. Maybe if Taylor Swift showed up more games, he would have better production.
She's like in her late 30s, isn't she? That's right. That's right in his
right
wheelhouse.
around milk material.
That's
a
right.
little old,
wheelhouse.
that's a little young for him, but I tell you,
It's
that
a
is in
little
his wheelhouse.
But hey, maybe he's making exceptions now. He's starting quarterback again, making a few exceptions.
Okay, now what is this? Tell me about this, Grumpy. Tony Cheese got a comment for us.
Evan Neal is a piece of garbage, according to all of New York sports radio.
And what's going on with that? Why are people shitting on Evan Neal's day? I didn't have that. I forgot to look that up. What happened with Evan Neal?
You should look it up. I think he was talking some shit.
You don't even know.
I don't know. I think he was he was talking some garbage.
I still like Evan Neal.
I know you do. So he gets a pass. We understand, TJ. He's going to get a pass. Doesn't matter what he says. He believes in bestiality. Well, that's okay. That's okay. He's just misunderstood. When you don't like him, when you like a guy, he can do pretty much anything. If you don't like him, forget about it. That's the way.
What did he say? What did Evan Neal say? I need somebody. Okay, maybe this is it. Now it's just a whole bunch of people just shitting on Evan Neal. I can't find Evan Neal's response. I see his response after the backlash, the public backlash, but I don't see Evan Neal's original comments. If somebody could link me to those, I would be very happy about that. But let's continue on there with comments. X, please. Thank you. John, he's just too busy fucking watching TV.
Okay, you got to tell me when you want me to put the comments up again. While you're just bumbling and stumbling on a comment.
Bumbling and stumbling.
X, your job is to be a member of this show, a contributor of the show, a co-host, not to sit here and watch TV and hit a button. Motherfucker, stop talking. I shouldn't have hit a button.
Oh, another huge catch. Is that again?
Motherfucker, I should not have to tell you, hey, X, can you please put up the next comment? We're not in fucking kindergarten class. Like, can you please flip to the next slide, Jonathan?
TJ,
the next comment.
TJ, shut up. Johnny Mac says, Grump, watching from Ian's football game. Johnny Mac, I'm so glad that you chimed in today because I was going to text you and I wanted to know how it was going. And because I haven't heard from you in a while. Still getting 8 wins this year, talking about the War Eagles. Well, you got to text me and let me know how Ian's doing because I'm interested. Next comment. Goon says, Grumpy, I'd like to hear your thoughts about the Raiders player who made outlandish comments and was cut the other day. That's Chandler Jones. And here's the thing. Chandler Jones is, I think they wanted to get rid of him. Another instance where he was making too much money for his production on the field. So he went a little crazy. I think we talked about it on Sunday, did we not, with Chandler Jones? TJ, wake up. Stop watching the TJ. Stop watching TV, TJ. Wake up over there.
Looking to lick your cat. Wake up.
Hey, stupid bastard. Guess what, Grumpy? I'm pulling up the Evan Neal comments, so we could go ahead and put that up there, motherfucker. I'm getting shit prepped. And guess what? I have something else to talk about with the Raiders. You can go ahead and talk all you want about Chandler Jones being canned. We showed that last week. You know what I'm like? I feel like I'm on fucking replay. Grumpy with his old timers over here with Captain Wristband. Can't remember what we fucking talked about from week to week, podcast to podcast.
You realize?
Damn.
You realize what I said to TJ? What I said to you was, did we not just talk about him on Sunday?
Of course we did. Do you not remember?
Why don't you just attack Goon for his comment then? Go ahead, attack him.
What your thoughts are. I'd like to hear your thoughts about the Raiders player who made the outlandish comments the other day. He's asking you about your comments, Grump.
That was Chandler Jones. We talked about that on Sunday. TJ, I'm surprised TJ's just say, hey, we're not going to address this anymore. Just go watch the other episode when we talked about it. I'm too busy. I'm TJ. I'm the tyrant. I can watch TV if I want.
I'm getting it pulled up here. Next topics to make sure that we got that right. So apparently, Evan Neal, finish up your fucking your comment response, and I'll guess what? I was looking up because neither you or X was doing that. I was finding the comments at you, mother effer.
Quiet plebeian. I will do your job too.
Look at how angry he's getting. The 3 hairs on his head are standing up.
Fucking
yeah, we did talk about the other day on Sunday, and I feel kind of bad for him. I think he's in a bad place. Would it shock me if he has CTE? I don't know, but he's had some issues in the past. For certain he has.
Evan Neal, just to tell you, he said, what do you have to say about the fans who criticize you? Why would a lion concern himself with the opinion of a sheep? He also said the fans that flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere. Those fans are flipping hot dogs and hamburgers. Now, here's the thing. I like Evan Neal. You can't be saying dumb shit like that, buddy. Ugh, not good. Not a good look.
So you alienate the whole fan base with your comments.
He calls them, he said to his critics, he says, boo louder. And he blasts, and he calls them fair weather fans. And he calls them, I don't concern, Lion doesn't concern himself with the with the thoughts of a sheep. Yikes.
How long before he's out of town?
He needs to fucking wake up. That's such a stupid fucking comment.
There you
the
go.
person that commented on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? What the fuck? I'm laughing at how out of touch this fucking kid is. Like, yikes, man. Have you never been to like how you respond to questions 101? That's not how you do that. The one rule is you never attack the fucking fans. Believe it or not, they are the ones who pay money to watch you play a child's game.
Can I just say one thing?
Them, there's no reason for they're gonna fucking hate you, my guy.
Do you realize I could play the tackle position just as well as he has?
No,
absolutely I could. I can't do it either, and neither can he. He sucks.
What does he do?
Sucks and blows. Both.
Sucks and blows.
Would it upset you if somebody that's a fan of you is booing you as you're typing out your articles and you're doing your work? Would it piss you off? You're a human, ain't you?
How many people are fans of offensive linemen? The quarterback only, and the quarterback's family maybe because he get killed. That's it. Nobody's saying, "Oh, Evan Neal, you're my hero."
Yeah, I don't see people lining up outside to buy Evan Neal jerseys.
No.
God damn. The critics really don't understand. Most critics really don't understand the game of football to the level that we understand it in this building. So that's why would a lion concern itself with a sheep or with a sheep's opinion? I'm just focused on Evan and getting better. I honestly do not care what anybody has to say about Evan Neal because they're going to talk anyway. Well, obviously you do care because you just like in the situation. Would you like it if somebody's booing you and you're writing an article? Obviously it's fucking bothering you and you got a freaking mental midget.
Do you think he's going to get booed? Well, he was terrible the other day. How many sacks did he personally give up?
I don't watch any Giants games because after they signed Daniel Jones, I said, I don't need to watch the team anymore.
Oh, wow.
I don't. Like I said at the beginning of the year, I said this was a freaking it's like hanging a noose around the Giants franchise neck for the next however many years he's under contract for.
2 years.
I don't watch any of those games. I don't even make the time. I don't care about devoting time to watching that sorry, pathetic excuse of a franchise.
You know what I think you should devote your time to? Reading this next comment.
Okay. Drew says, so apparently that sloppy road pig, Lindsay Hill girl, also has a criminal record as well. What a shock. She just got arrested like a couple of months ago after causing a ruckus at a Morgan Wallen concert. She's so dumb.
You know what that sounds like, Drew? Last night she let the liquor talk. That's what it sounds like.
Fuck. This is the comment. One more thing on Evan Neal. People tag me and stuff all the time. So it's like, yeah, I see it, but I genuinely don't care. I've never seen a guy who doesn't care comment how frequently he doesn't care. Why should I? I'm in the National Football League. That person who's commenting on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? Yikes, man, it's bad.
Well, like when he says
really bad.
Does the lion care what the sheep says? It was like maybe he's watched Mulan. Does the mountain bow to the wind? You know, when the emperor said that. That's what I think. Maybe he's watching some old Disney films, and that's what he came up with. Andrew L says, and I gotta assume Andrew L, that's twice he's commenting about DJ Moore. Am I playing him this week in fantasy?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I assume you are based off his comments.
Okay. Grumpy, has your confidence meter gone down after seeing I have DJ Moore in fantasy? Well, yeah, because if he's got like 40 points, I'm probably not winning this week.
That's
you got a player. If you got a player who's got 40 or 50 points, you're not winning.
By the way, question, I don't know if you all have commented on this. What do you think of the uniforms that Washington is wearing right now?
It looks stupid.
Awful. I think they look terrible.
How good is Sam Howell looking out there on the field?
They should bring back the Redskins.
He had a really good play. Oh, Magic Johnson. He had a really good play where he broke like 3 or 4 tackles, almost got the first down on it. It was nice by him.
And thank you, Joseph C., for sending us these comments there by Evan Neal. I appreciate it. But let's continue on. What's up, Frank? He says, hey, Big Three. Hey, audience. What's up, Frank? What else we got there, X?
Honestly, Drew says, honestly, if I had to guess what happened, I bet Bauer and Hill made out but never had sex. Oh, no, I guarantee you they did. That's her specialty. Being a whore. I mean, that's what she does best. She admitted it. They were both likely drunk or intoxicated in some way. Nah, she was stone cold sober and did it consensually. Well, that they did. That's my theory.
Jesus Christ.
Trevor Bauer never should have done whatever she wanted him to do, though.
He should have been more responsible as to who he was having relations with, too. Because you know what? That's another message it brings. You cannot just go around hooking up with any Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Or any road pig that you find. Any road pig you find in some bar somewhere.
At final call, is that what you're about to say, Grumpy?
Or who ones? Yeah, well, they say women look better. Somebody who's like a 6 at 10 is like a 10 at 6. You know what I'm saying? The more drunk you are, the better looking they get.
10 at 2, Grumpy.
Yeah, whatever.
The bar is closed. Jesus Christ.
Andrew Ellis says, lots of Mets news today. Billy Epler resigned, and hours later, he's being investigated for improperly using the injured list. You mean like the Braves did? Okay.
Yeah.
Who cares? Not that I don't care about the comment, but he was actually being investigated before he resigned. But he was getting canned anyway. Didn't matter.
Well, I want to bring up, we talk about relations that, if you can remove that comment there, X, we talk about relations that that people have with the fan base. I'm not sure. X sent this, I believe, to us.
Oh, look.
Now,
is she going to stop a fan fight?
No. Watch.
It's pretty good, Grump.
Do you recognize who that is?
Is that Boomer Esiason?
That's Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders.
You know what he looks like? He looks like somebody who would be in Mad Max Fury Road.
I just want to say
somebody who lived in a post-apocalyptic world.
I have a question.
Sure.
That woman who's holding his hand next to him
looks a little younger.
Why do you think she's with him?
She's with him for the Trevor Bauer money.
There you go. I mean, do you think she loves him? At least his hair looks like it's parted. Maybe
no. He was that awful, I don't even know what the hell you could call it.
No, I think it looks like it's parted a little bit. Oh, maybe it's not.
No, his hair's right down the middle, per usual. He just looks like a doofus. This guy looks like a freaking loser. Anyway,
that woman every day has to really gargle hard to say, "Gosh, man, I'm going to bed with this guy again. Is it worth the money?" You know that's why she's with him. You know
she loves him. They love Mark Davis's heart. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I know
it's not why I'm bringing this up, Grumpy. Jesus Christ. Can you get off your fucking horse and talk about the show? You're talking about relationships among
I'm saying there's a lot of really beautiful women who go out with rough-looking older men, and they all happen to be rich.
I don't disagree with you, but not why I'm bringing this clip up.
Okay.
The reason I'm bringing this clip up is because Raider fans were a little upset with their Davis, and they're letting them know about it. Do you remember we've talked a lot about the struggles the Raiders have had and how miserable of a coach Josh McDaniels is? I said he should have been canned last year. Remember we've talked about that ad nauseum?
Yes.
Well, the fan base is making it known.
Oh my God! Why is he arguing with the fans? Come on, security girl, do your job.
He was like, "Yeah, smarten up." He's like, fired his ass. Like,
I couldn't understand anything. I couldn't understand anything that was said.
Yeah, that's fuck.
I'm just saying, I found it very interesting that he has interactions with the fans. I'm like, dude, first off, why are you not in a box? You're the owner of a team. Why are you not in the box?
He is in a box, but he's out there where he can get some fresh air on his face, and because it must have felt nice. So he was out there. Yeah, you can feel the wind blowing.
He looks like somebody from Mad Max Fury Road.
Like
it's not like a post-apocalyptic, like sunburn, really
bad. The guy who was having all the children. That guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That one right there with the little mask.
Well, I want to show you this. Do you remember? I think it's Marquise King or Marquette King. I'm sorry. Do you remember Marquette King?
Punter.
The punter. Yes.
Yep.
So was a
Big
really
leg.
good punter for a short time period, and then just kind of
Raiders.
disappeared.
Disappeared. He was like one step and boom. He had a big leg.
Yep.
Huge leg. Absolutely grump. Huge leg. But I want to go ahead and post this up. Now, he was recently on a podcast last week, and I'll let you listen to it. It happens to involve Mark Davis as well.
Tell us a Mr. Mark Davis story. You got any interesting Mark Davis stories?
Sauce the haircut. Let's see.
I was gonna say, do you know his barber yet?
Man, I do remember. This is probably why I got cut.
This is gonna be great.
Okay. He should not be talking about any barber stories with whatever he's got going on top of his head. He's probably let that one go.
Okay, it's his hairstyle. Okay, this hair looks a lot better than Mark Davis's.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It absolutely does not.
Hold on. Are you trying to defend that ridiculous little fro that or that ridiculous little bowl cut Mark Davis has?
No, all I said was if you live in a glass house or when you have a haircut like that, you shouldn't rip anybody else's haircut.
Okay, let's listen to what he's got to say. Okay.
Sarasota. We was in Sarasota, and I was vibing out there. Like it was right after we played the Bills. You know, we had to stay on the East Coast for a week, so we didn't have to fly back to Cali and come back. So we stayed in Sarasota at this hotel, and Janikowski convinced me to go out somewhere. So we went out, came back, and we're chilling, and I was kind of lit. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of lit, and then I was sitting out on the back of the patio, and I had like these two cougars beside me. We were just chilling, talking for a little bit, and then it kind of got a little interesting. Yeah, it kind of got a little interesting. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. And then I finished talking to them. We all finished hanging out. And then I go back in the room or in the lobby, and I see Mark Davis. He's like, "Hey, Marquette, I see you." I'm like, "My guy, what's up?" And I gave him doubt, and I put him in the head. And I kind of like did this. And then,
hold on a second.
He sounds like he's full of shit. I can see why he lost his job in the NFL, and no one gave him another one. I can see why.
No, okay. Okay. Why would he make up a story about that? About when he's drinking out there on the night and he put the owner in a headlock and gave him a noogie?
Okay.
He's lying about that?
All I'm saying is I can see why he lost his job when you do stupid shit like that. I can see it.
That's what I say. Dumb decision on his part. He was an all-pro, by the way, back in 2016. So he was a good punter, a really good punter.
Yeah.
But he's got a little bit more talking about the context as to why he did it.
Hold on. Bro, you hit him with the noogie?
I gave him a noogie. But you know what? You know what, though? He used to tell me about how he used to get treated back in the day, so I was trying to show him a nicer version of that.
Oh, my God.
Because he was telling me when he used to get taped up to the field goal pole and they leave him out there the whole time. I'm like, bro, I would never do that to you. So I got let go.
I'll give you a noogie.
So I give you a noogie.
So, but he gave the guy a noogie. X, what are your thoughts on that, man?
I mean, I don't know. To me, he doesn't give off the vibe as like one of those owners who, not like a Robert Kraft, not like a serious guy. He looks like a doofus. I don't know. I mean, he looked like he probably would have liked getting a noogie.
He's a guy who inherited his team from his daddy.
Exactly.
This was his response after he received the noogie. His little thumbs up, that little unenthusiastic thumbs up.
Okay. Here's the thing. Would it surprise me if he lost his X, TJ? You both have bosses. What happens if you just went up there and you grabbed him around the head and started giving him noogies? What do you think the response would be?
There's a difference. My boss isn't a child like the owner, that owner of the Raiders is.
What would the response be? What would the response be?
What's up, man? So happy you gave me that noogie.
He would say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" That's what he would say.
Who is this guy? Get rid of him. I want him out on the street in the next 15 minutes.
Hold on, X, your drill sergeant would tell you, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
That's right.
As you're over there in boot camp still, X, I would say, I'm shocked they're letting you keep your hair still as long as you can there in Paris Island.
Well, when you're lieutenant, they let you do a lot of stuff.
You're in camp, X. Getting a lot of marching in. Let's X put up some more comments here because I wanted to just post them like, or you know what, X, load up some more comments.
I loaded them up. Let's go.
And
Real
Will
quick,
says,
let's show. Go ahead, do a few
and
comments.
Will says, also reported, Buck Showalter was instructed by the front office to play Vogelback, the Diamondback, when he didn't want to.
Vogelfat is what he calls them.
Yes. Joseph C. says, all the misuse of the injured list will cost the Mets a draft pick and get them fined if it is actually true. Well, I mean, A.J. Przinsky wound up saying that they did that in Atlanta.
I think they should go ahead and launch an investigation.
Tyreek Hill got fined $7,000 for not wearing socks.
What?
Yep. The NFL is real. They're real sticklers on making sure that you are in the correct uniform.
Now, here's my thing. What do you think they did with that $7 million? Do you think they
7,000?
don't? Do you think they? Or sorry,
7 million.
Do you think they donated that money, or do you think they pocketed it?
They pocketed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of the Raiders, right? They're getting in fights with Mark Davis. You got some fans who are fighting each other too.
This is Maxine Crosby.
There it is.
Think that's her natural hair color? Red.
Yeah.
Tell his wife, his girlfriend, to shut up.
He's like, let's fucking leave. I'm done. I'm done with this. We're leaving.
She's like, chill out.
Yeah.
So far, no.
Was that? I'm sorry.
No blows have been thrown yet. No punches thrown.
No yet.
She's closer now. Oh shit!
Look at this guy's reaction.
You got it by the hair. That's all you can get the hair. Oh, who's this guy? Oh, no, that's another woman.
High ground. Oh, another woman.
You know what I noticed? None of the men are afraid of getting hit by any of these women. Not a one. They let them scrap it, let them go at it. They'll stop eventually. Then when there's a third party jumps in, all right, whoa. One guy just steps in, that's the end.
What I love, and thanks, Alexander, for sending this. Now, what I love about this, look at the guy, boyfriend, husband, whoever this is. She's getting slapped a few times. He's just like, he's just like, let me keep on sliding my arm here in the jacket. No rush here at all. Let me ask you this, Grumpy. If the warden was getting slapped around, or X, if fiance Y was getting slapped around at a sporting event, would you just be like, all righty, let me just put the rest of my jacket on. Got to go ahead.
Never get in that situation, so there's no worry of that.
All right. Now,
I'm asking if you were.
You both know the warden.
Yes.
How confrontational is the warden?
Well, in Disney World, if they got some kids who are cutting in line, the warden will get confrontational AF.
Okay. How confrontational did she really get?
She got confrontational, absolutely.
She
More
said,
confrontational than I got. It's like, I don't give a shit, whatever.
The warden was dropping some prison language on him. That's all I'm going to say.
Damn.
Some prison potty mouth.
Some prison potty mouth. So getting back to the question, Grumpy, I don't know what you're watching, but, here's the thing. What would you do if the warden was getting slapped? Would you just be like nonchalantly putting your jacket on, smiling as she was getting slapped around? What would your response be, Grump?
It would not happen. It wouldn't happen, but I would absolutely defend her.
I would absolutely. If somebody smacked the lovely Page, I'd smack them right back.
I would have probably taken that rag who's in the top and thrown her ass down the 6 or 7 flights of stairs that were there.
Put her out there on the field.
I would have given her, what was it? What was the movie where they just it would have been like the new John Wick. How John Wick fell down the stairs. That's what she would have looked like, falling down.
I never saw that movie.
Stairs. Well, you should watch. It's pretty good.
I've never seen any of the John Wick movies. Not a one.
You should watch them. They're good.
So this is just the thing I'm shocked about. Look at all the people who are smiling. This guy's smiling. The significant other smiling.
These pensions couldn't break an egg. I mean, no one's even going down. They're getting
He's just taking bops to the head.
It's like 4 shots, and she's pushing back. There's nothing here. Nothing to see here. Look at him. Hey, come on, stop. They're just holding. They're holding the one grandma back with like half a hand. Just back off.
World Star. I love that. Oh,
This is real life. That's why whenever you see movies where women are always kicking the shit out of men, it's just not true. Don't fall for it, please. And women, don't go to the movies and think you can kick the shit out of men. All you're gonna do is get your your ass kicked. That's the only thing that's gonna happen.
Grumpy, why are you taking it around these roads here? I'm gonna ask you to do is comment on what you're seeing out there, and he starts
keep on showing these controversial topics. I have to step in. Andrew L says the Mets should sign Bauer for the second time after he signed with the Mets for 5 minutes and chose the Dodgers. I agree.
Let's do it, baby. Let's go, Mets.
And he could do public service announcements on the benefits of rough sex.
Keep writing.
Drew says, I will say it's disturbing how good her makeup looks. Fantastic for someone who supposedly got beaten and bruised. Yeah, well, what can you say? Honestly, Drew continues, if I were Bauer, I'd sue MLB for anything they broke legally and play in Japan for the rest of my career. Japan loves Bauer, and he'll get paid way more with these lawsuits. I would absolutely sue them. I don't know if I'd want to live in Japan, though. I don't like Japanese food.
Well, Drew, yeah, I'm sure, as you can imagine, look at Grumpy. Grumpy's built on American food, hamburgers, French fries, and pizzas, baby.
Okay, why don't you know they sell all that shit all across the world? So you can
TJ's commenting.
They know you by name at the McDonald's.
TJ, why don't you try on the
look at X? He said they know you by name at the McDonald's.
I'm being honest. That would probably, and it's me too. That would probably be the only food that me and you would eat.
Here's the thing, TJ.
Christ, look at him. Hold on. That's a good one there, X. Wow. Grumpy's not even going to focus on that.
Before TJ. Before TJ States starts taking shots at me, maybe you should try on that shirt that you bought today.
If it's perfect.
That one looks like it does not fit you. It is so freaking tight. You look like 10 pounds of sausage in a 5-pound sack. Those buttons were screaming, please, no, help me, God.
Wait, are you talking about that bed sheet that's around his shoulders right now?
No. Grumpy, because he's got a shit diet. And he's over here trying to throw shots over here because this motherfucker only eats bacon sandwiches, chocolate milk drinks, and fucking pizza. He's over here trying to throw damn stones from a glass house. Please stop. You don't eat anything but the city rudimentary.
What's your favorite meal? Whataburger, Sonic, Chick-fil-A,
McDonald's? I don't eat Whataburger. No, I don't eat Whataburger.
No, TJ's favorite meal is whatever fast food restaurant stays open after 11.
I like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. If I'm eating fast food, I'm eating Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is everything. Who are you kidding?
Grumpy, I know you. Again, your body. We can hook you up if Grumpy ever gets hospitalized and they hook an IV drip up and he's got a coma in. We need to tell him, like, hold on, we made a special concoction for the IV drip for this. You don't need to put that normal shit, no saline, none of that crap in them. Just go ahead and blend up a few bacon sandwiches, some chocolate, oh yeah drinks, and some pizza. And
all you have to put into his IV drip, a gallon of freaking purple elixir.
That would be good.
Purple elixir in there too.
Wow, he's really dehydrated. We don't know what's wrong with him. Boom, they hook him up to the purple elixir. Ooh, rejuvenate. He'd be like Hulk.
The Hulkamania. Running wild.
That's what he'd be like.
Joseph C. says Major League Baseball was in a tough spot. They couldn't allow a player who was accused of sexual assault to continue playing. Bullshit. It's innocent till proven guilty.
Or maybe the MLB should have launched an investigation instead of saying
stringing them along. All that stuff was out there. They could have accessed that. Maybe her lawyers wouldn't have given her the information, but they could have requested it. They just put him in limbo. It was just easy. They took the easiest way out. Just suspend them. It'll get the people off our backs. They won't complain that we're not tough on this or tough on that. And it winds up being, you know what they were tough on? Nothing. They were just tough on. They didn't want anyone to be tough on their bank account. That's all they cared about. All they ever care about. All of these big industries could care less about the players, about any of the people that work for them. They don't care. All they care about is the money. If they think that this accusation is going to cost them money, they'll come down hard on the player.
Grumpy, Drew says, I got a question. If somebody skips foreplay, does that make it a false start?
Yes, and you get flagged.
Okay. What a films, Grumpy. Sean
Five,
says,
five more drinks and then try again. What a film says, hi, Grumpy, TJ, and Son X. How you all doing? Very good. Thank you.
doing well. TJ, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong, Grumpy. I'm right. I'm right. I'm right. Son X, aka Nicholas. Quiet face there.
Now,
This is how all the arguments go on at the house, though. Always.
it's
all the
true.
time.
TJ is so stupid all the time.
And the best part is when the arguments go on, holy shit. They both
Stop fucking watching TV, X, you motherfucker.
Well, the best part is they both look at me as they try and tell their point.
But freaking
Every single
Switzerland
time.
won't ever take a side.
I'm just like, I don't care.
He's never paying attention. That's the issue.
X, I'm going to tell you what. You should be agreeing with me more than TJ. You know why.
Fuck. No. Should be agreeing with me more than you agreeing with Grumpy.
Your very survival depends on me.
Oh, look at this motherfucker. He's throwing shots all over the place. How does your survival depend on Grumpy, X?
Just does. I hold all the cards. Every card.
Oh, what does that mean, X?
He did the 50.
Gugun says, will Council be the next Mets general manager? Don't know. We're going to find out. And was Epler out there like shit through a goose? I think he was out as soon as Stearns got the job. Carlos says, shout out from Portugal. Go Portugal. Go Cristiano.
Wow.
Portugal. That's right.
Drew says, can't believe fantasy football is calling DJ Moore Reggie Jackson's nickname. Oh, please. There can only be one Mr. October in November.
I wanted to post this up. You're talking about speaking. Oh, actually, I'll let you. Let's get caught up on comments before I jump in. Go ahead.
Yeah, shut up. All right.
Joseph C says maybe the Giants could learn something from the Bears where you actually need wide receiver weapons for your quarterback. Their quarterback sucks, though. Guru says, did Dick Butkus have the greatest last name ever?
It's a pretty good one.
I remember in Living Color did like the Men on Film where they played two gay guys reviewing films. And they also did one for the Super Bowl. And as we're go ahead, play it. Go ahead, play it. He looks like a madman.
Drew says Andrew L. contributed to TJ's own
The fame of Bears linebacker Dick Butkus, number 51, grew under the spellbound gaze of millions.
No.
That's what the
game suspension, baby.
For 9 seasons,
You didn't have the
Butkus
ball.
played with a bloody rage worthy of a Hollywood horror show.
I don't go to the movies too often, but one
Sounds
particular
like
movie
you
that
can.
stands out in mind was with Betty Davis. I think it was Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. I got kind of a charge when that head come rolling down the stairs. I kind of like to sit there and watch it and see things happen and maybe project those things happening on a football field and not to me.
Ow! Look at the guy's leg move on this one, even as he's tackling.
A raw, primal fear. And for some, the image of this swooping monster still terrifies.
Is there a place to hide around here? Dick Butkus, Christ.
The Jews. Yours truly. It's yours truly.
It's your. Hey guys, it's yours truly here. The Jews. God Almighty. Okay.
He is the only guy that's ever, I guess, intimidated me on a football field.
He was the meanest
Should have brought a knife to a
son of
gunfight.
bitch I've ever seen in my life play professional football. He didn't like anybody with a different colored jersey. I mean, he really disliked you. You know, he went after you like he hated you from his old neighborhood. He would engulf you and try to break your neck on the way down.
It's Leroy Kelly's tackle.
Butkus was the best football player I've ever played against. The guy never missed you. He was just a great, great football player.
Tremendous.
I never saw a guy play the game more intensely than Dick. If there's a double, there's a heaven and a hell, and there's a devil to a running back. This was Satan.
Dick Butkus was pro
Satan.
football's satanic majesty.
There it is, Grumpy.
All-time great Dick Butkus. I heard both of you going, all those hits. Those were commonplace hits back in the day.
I'm just saying that first hit, that guy absolutely got knocked the fuck out on that hit. You see me still do one of these right here.
Yeah,
Do one of
that's all
these,
right.
knocked
Hey,
out.
it's a tough game.
Yeah.
It's a tough game. Gungu says, am I the only schmeggy who actually finds all this Swift Kelsey horse manure to be annoying as a buzzing bug.
I find it to be. I think it's. I think we talked about it yesterday. I think it's
sales
somewhat. I think it's somewhat fake.
Staged.
I think it could be staged. Who knows?
Gungun, Drew Edge, Gungun, everyone finds the Swiftie thing annoying. It's just because it's so obvious the NFL is using her as a marketing strategy. And she's using them too, because she has a movie coming out, I think tomorrow, actually, or maybe next Friday, right after Thursday Night Football, where the Chiefs play Denver. It's about one of her concert tours that people didn't get to go see. So she's releasing it as a movie.
I wonder.
Oh my God. I think I just figured it out. All these women now are watching football, and they're going to say, well, I watched football with you over the weekend. You need to come and watch the Swiftie movie with me over the weekend. That's what it is.
I think you may be onto something there, X.
Thank you very much. I know.
You're onto it. You're onto it. Now, this is something I wanted to bring up real quick.
No, read this one first. Don't take shit from TJ, Nicky boy.
That's right. I ain't taking none of your shit, TJ.
Who's Nicky boy?
I don't know.
Nicky boy. Chase Claypool was inactive for the second straight week. Rumor is he's going to be cut.
The GM said we wish him well in his future endeavors.
This is a guy they just traded for last year and gave up a first-round pick for, right?
Second round pick. But what did we say at the time when he was traded?
What a wild overpay.
What a dumb move for Chicago. What a dumb move. I mean, Pittsburgh knows how to pick wide receivers. What a dumb move.
Apparently, what I have heard is that the Panthers could potentially be a target for him, and I think that would be stupid.
He's talk about a bust. That's Chase Claypool. Bust.
He is. He had one good year, just about, and that was it. One good year.
Mm-hmm. Gungu says, I almost spit out my martini the other night during the discussion on if Grumpy and the Warden were strict and something like TJ was strict with cutting the lawn. Uh-oh. Watch out. TJ's girlfriend's in the room.
Yeah.
Are you salivating?
That's it. I'm salivating there. How'd you guess?
Because you see some nice fluffy cat fur in front of you to lick.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it, X.
I thought I was over the line today. That's disgusting, X.
X, Grumpy, you're always over the line.
Freedom Fun Adventure adds, TJ and Grumpy was right when he said, it's not your day. If Sun X and Finance Green Card Chaser need you to be a flower person, you do it for the family to build this show's following. Yes.
We're not being a flower boy. Freedom Fun. Sorry.
Ugh.
Drew L.
Evan Neal pulled the I got my statement out of the Apple Notes apology earlier today. Evan Neal is playing like Mekhi Becton 2.0. Yep, they both suck. They both suck, and they work at McDonald's. We've seen it before. We've seen the video before. TJ has it. I sent it to him so he could play it. It should be on speed dial to play on this podcast.
Well, I've got something weird to tell you, Grumpy. Believe it or not, if you send me something, it's not like it's on speed
I still
dial.
got it. I still got it.
Good. Good. I'm glad you do, Grumpy. You could pleasure yourself later on after the show watching that throwdown and think, hey, this is Mekhi Becton. Okay. Just continue.
Tony Cheese adds, I remember when Grumpy had a Fitbit and an Apple Watch. Good times. Yeah, just the Apple Watch now.
You finally phased out that Fitbit, huh?
I did. Drew adds, good Morgan Wallen pun, X. I give that an 8 out of 10. I don't even know who Morgan Wallen is. I don't even remember what he's doing. All right, whatever.
Grumpy.
X is good at those little puns. Freeze warning says Baker Mayfield College game day guest picker this weekend. Wouldn't be shocked that if Oklahoma beat Texas in Dallas.
Because Tampa has their bye this weekend.
Talent. Here's the thing. Texas is winning. Quinn Ewers is going to have a big game. Book it now. He's the best quarterback in all of football.
Yeah, I'm an Oklahoma fan, but I still think Texas is really damn good.
I'm not going to be able to watch that game.
Are you going to be at like some sort of event? Like
the game starts at 12, Grump.
I'm going to have to be on the road, X. The warden has given me my my working orders for that day.
You can get there the night before, Grumpy.
I'm not getting there the night before.
Yeah, you could drive in. You could drive in the night before to spend a whole day with X.
All night long, all night.
Put another comment to X.
Come on, X.
All right.
Freedom Fun Adventure says, Gungun, apparently TJ thinks Grumpy and Warden were strict because they made TJ do his homework. After listening to this show for years and hearing TJ read and his knowledge, they apparently weren't strict enough.
That's a good one. Next comment there, X.
Gugu says, when did idiotic football players begin all running to the end of the zone to pose to the camera after a sack or a fumble? As soon as the NFL took the restrictions off on those celebrations, you got to keep the children in line.
It's any turnover on defense, they all run to the ends. It's like they make a spectacle of it.
You used to not be able to have choreographed celebrations. As soon as they said it wasn't a penalty anymore, now you see it.
Do they stop doing it when the Falcons did theirs, the Dirty Birds, and they used to do like their dance or whatever?
You were not allowed to do that so Icky Woods used to do the Icky shuffle. If he did it on the field, it was a penalty. So he went to the sidelines and did it on the sidelines.
There's a little shuffle there.
The Icky shuffle. Now, I will say I loved the Icky shuffle commercial for, I don't even know what it was from, when he got, his ham or whatever it was. He's like, number 17, that's me, lady. And he does the dance and slams the cheese on the floor or whatever the heck he was eating. I thought that commercial was great. Gungun says, speaking of which, if football players are doing their dance pose in the end zone and a player from the other team gives them a slap, who gets charged with the penalty? The guy who gives the slap. All I'm saying is when you want to show up other teams, something bad will happen eventually. People don't like getting shown up. It's a mistake.
I don't disagree.
Gungunez, did you lads pull up the fan fight between the Seahawks and the Giants fans yet? I heard it was particularly vicious.
I did not. I didn't know there was a fan fight that went on between them.
Nick Azato says, look at that dog. Looks like a chubby, more alive version of Joe Biden. I don't know who he's talking about. Is he talking about the girl?
No, Davis.
Mark Davis.
Okay. Gungunez, do you think Bobby Kraft regrets spending more money on happy ending massages than on re-signing the People's Champion? Belichick did not want the People's Champion back. Belichick has a losing record without the People's Champion. Belichick is in trouble because his team sucks and blows, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Tony G says,
good.
I love the power trip TJ goes on over Grumpy and X. I'll mute you, Grump. X, remove the comments. Move on to the next one. That's right, tyrannic, the tyrant.
I've got a power trip. You've got me.
No.
You got me. Now, this is what it says. Extremists and haters after they found out Trevor Bauer was actually innocent. Okay.
No, absolutely not. That is
I wonder if the media is going to cover this enough. I bet not, but let's see.
You're not hearing anything from the media on this.
I bet say
no
or anything. Rob Manfred, when he has to address Trevor Bauer's innocence.
No off-topic questions. Because I don't want to. No, permission denied. That's an off-topic questions. Next, you have been stopped.
No off-topic questions. Oh God.
Here's the thing: they were all proven wrong. So what do? Because here's the thing: they were following the narrative that's being pushed in this country. The narrative, the relentless narratives that are being pushed all the time, and they get called on it, so they just pretend like it doesn't exist. They don't have to. They don't have to acknowledge their own culpability in these type of issues. That's why they do it, and they know no one will call them out on it because they were on the side of the psychos.
Drew L said, "Crazy what happens when Eric Bieniemy actually decided to run a pass first on offense in the second half."
Eric Bieniemy's a shitty coach.
He's still offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
You got to the memes, TJ?
That was what I just showed.
Okay, cool.
Dolphins are going to destroy TJ's Giants this weekend.
They probably will. The Giants are awful because they hitched themselves to that anchor of a quarterback, Daniel Jones, that some people like on this show, but he's miserable. He's got 2 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions thrown this year. Off to a good start 4 games into the season.
It's been a tough day for Bears running backs. 3 of them knocked out of the game today. Freedom Fun Adventure says if any guy needed Paris Island, it's Son X.
That's right. X does need Paris Island. Drew
says, I bet you that woman who got slapped in that fight definitely cheated on her boyfriend later that night.
Maybe. He didn't help her out, that's for certain. What do you
DJ
shake your
Moore,
head about, X?
DJ Moore, another touchdown. Holy shit, he's going to put up like 40 points this week.
Hey, if you got DJ Moore, I hope you started him.
Facts.
Drew says, Grumpy, I had a hamburger at the Ritz-Carlton in Tokyo 7 years ago, you dope. They do not sell that stuff there.
They do sell that stuff there.
American.
Need you illiterate bastard.
Now that touchdown, that DJ Moore touchdown, no one covered him. I mean, no one. No one. He ran the last 50 yards. There was nobody even in the picture.
By the way, TJ, Drew's taking a shot at you.
Drew says, DJ Moore just had a sick catch, TJ. You have to show that. I did. I'll make sure I show any DJ Moore highlight I want. And
That's the not covered, untouched catch that he had.
Yeah. Okay. Joseph C.
Come on, Grump. Bauer would have been booed everywhere, and he would have been a constant distraction. Julio Urias is innocent until proven guilty as well, but the Dodgers suspended him as well. I hope they lose money on that. You should not suspend people and cost them their livelihood on allegations until they're proven true. It's innocent until proven guilty in this country. I know the current atmosphere is guilty till proven innocent, but that's not the way it should be. It is absolutely not. Someone can lie about you. Anyone can lie about you. And here's the thing. If they were bigger players or players people like, nothing would happen. Just telling you. Somebody who brought money into other teams, you wouldn't see it happen.
Like Wanda
Doesn't
Franco,
happen.
maybe? Who
Wanda
knows?
Franco, no, Wanda Franco has no leg to stand on because he's a young kid. I mean, it's different in other parts of the world. It's just different. And, you know, that's a culture thing where he comes from. Right or wrong, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that earlier.
That girl wanted money. They wanted money from him. That's why it got leaked. She wanted money from him. Sorry. It's always the same thing, isn't it?
Money,
that
money,
kid,
money.
That kid's probably never going to play in Major League Baseball again.
Yep.
Think about that. Think about that. Because his culture says that that's okay to do stuff like that.
I'm not going to pretend like I know about the culture he grew up in, but anyway, let's continue on. Let's continue on there with more.
I'm just saying. Google says, which provides the mouthiest mouthful, a Big Mac or a Whopper?
I feel like a Whopper, right?
X.
Big Mac.
See, Big Mac's got too much bread.
It's got 3 pieces of bread.
Yeah, and they're just like the burgers aren't really big. I like quarter pounders, but I go for Whopper over Big Mac. Too much bread in a Big Mac. Drew's Reviews Music says, I'm going to name my kid Dick Butkus, but Butkus would be spelled like butt kiss. Andrew Wells says, TJ's got the same cantaloupe head and haircut as Dick Butkus.
There it is.
Cantaloupe head. I'll tell you what, the warden knows about that cantaloupe head. Drew says,
the cantaloupe head too.
Seemingly everyone other than Ryan Pools thought trading for Chase Claypool was a good idea. No one thought it was a good idea. Freedom Fund Adventure says, Grumpy, when I was on TJ for being so lazy and not trying to book real guests, you jumped in and saved your boy saying he was busy. He is busy. BS. He stays up all night talking with Phil and stuffing his face. Use that time.
That's me. Ryan Pools, by the way, he's the general manager.
Of Chicago.
Yeah.
Nick A says, thanks. The dog is named Gillies Grump. Well, isn't that cute? He's a little cute.
Gillies.
No, just Gillies. It's not Clark Gillies.
After Clark Gillies, maybe.
How do you know? Maybe it's after Trevor Gillies.
I just heard somebody blowing a whistle. What's going on there? Shh. Anyway, Freeze Warning says the Giants defensive coordinator. Every 2 hours, I wake up and cry, go to the bathroom, and try to go back and get some more sleep. That's how well he's sleeping while preparing for the Dolphins.
Wow.
Hey,
okay.
The Giants suck. That's all I'm gonna say.
DJ Moore. Drew says DJ Moore owners right now are singing the chorus to Savage Gardens, truly, madly, deeply right now.
Literally picked up the Commanders defense in fantasy yesterday to start over the 49ers when they were playing the Cowboys. Oof.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake.
Holy shit. Now that's 54 points for DJ Moore, Grumpy.
Thank God. Let me double check here. Make sure.
You're not playing DJ Moore in any of your leagues?
Thank God I'm not playing DJ Moore in any of my leagues. Well, the ones that count.
So I'm going to do a real double quick on my on my money league, because if I'm playing DJ Moore this week, I'm in real freaking trouble. And you'll hear a scream if that's the case. Okay, no. Okay, good.
Okay, so let's talk about our last topic today. Now, for those of you familiar, Leo Messi, he went ahead and transferred there to Inter Miami this year. Messi was nominated for the MLS 2023 MVP and Newcomer of the Season awards. Messi has been included among the 30-man shortlist for Landon Donovan's MLS MVP award, along with Inter Miami's teammate Sergio Busquets. The winner in each category will be determined following a vote by journalists, club technical staffs, and MLS players, which each group accounting for 33.3% of the total vote. Tell me this does it's like a popularity contest.
And here's the biggest thing. He's only played 2 games in the MLS.
So based on this, I guess that Ellie De La Cruz should have made the All-Star game then, right?
He should have been MVP.
For
He
his
should have definitely won Rookie of the Year.
Ridiculous, right?
He's only played 4 real quick. He's played 4 games. He's played 4 games and had 1 goal and 2 assists and 4 games played. Now people are going to say, well, he had such a good Leagues Cup trophy performance. That's why.
But it has nothing to do with MLS.
That's the point I'm going to make before you interrupt me. But that's why he should win the trophy. He had such a great Leagues Cup trophy. Well, that's why they have trophies specific to that cup tournament, where the best player of the Leagues Cup, as well as the top scorer for the Leagues Cup. It's not synonymous and tied in with the MVP of the MLS season. Oof.
So what I'm hearing is if he gets this award, it's an absolute effing joke.
That's true.
Okay.
I don't know. It just, I just seriously can't believe that the Messi fans are over here like, oh man, this is great. Messi.
Well, it's the same thing for him being nominated for your UEFA Best Player of the Year award. Really? How is he nominated over Mbappe when Mbappe was the best player on PSG's team that year?
I don't know. He's Lionel Messi. They like him. He's liked.
That's exactly what it is. He's liked. That's the only reason he gets nominated for these awards. Has nothing. And you know what? It ruins the validity of the awards, because guess what? It doesn't matter what you do on the field. It's whether the press and the people and the media like you. That's it.
It's all just a popularity contest.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with stats or how you statistically perform.
That is today's society. If you're popular, it's the most important thing. That's all that matters, is being popular or trending or any other ridiculous thing that, you know what, matters absolutely nothing in the real world. Nothing.
Yeah. So he goes ahead and he gets himself nominated for MVP. You know what it'd be like? It would be nominating if Tom Brady, right? Because Tom Brady was really great football player for many years. It'd be like if Tom Brady came back and played 2 games in the season this year, and people were just, oh man, we're so excited. Tom came out of retirement. He came to play for the Patriots again, and they won both games, and he had good results, and he played 2 games, and they gave him the MVP trophy.
You know what it's like? It's like saying that Aaron Rodgers, who played 4 snaps, well, you know what? He had the best 4 snaps out of anybody in football. He deserves the MVP this year. Ridiculous.
I'm telling
Tom Brady should get league MVP. I've watched some video highlights of him this week. He's better than any quarterback in the league now. He should just give it to him. He's better.
I'm just kind of shocked about the whole thing. It's just like, I don't know. Like and usually wouldn't even mention something like this, but it's like, how do you get nominated? It's just, I think it's the hypocrisy. You talk about trying to turn the MLS into a legitimate league, and you're doing some freaking Rudy Poo candy ass shit like this. You're nominating a motherfucker who played 4 games.
Because think about it.
4 games.
He's taking that nomination. He's taking that nomination away from somebody else.
2 games. He only played 2 games.
He started 2. He played 4. You keep saying 2, but he played in 4 games. He started 2 of them. So he played in 4 games, started 2. He had 1 goal and 2 assists.
That's enough to make
an average a goal contribution a game.
All it does is tell you all you need to know about MLS, where 1 goal and 2 assists can make you league MVP. What does it say about MLS?
That's what I'm saying. That's the point I want to bring you to, because
It's unwatchable.
This is why I'm bringing it up. The MLS is trying to claim that they're a legitimate league. Hey, we're bringing in Messi. We're being more legitimate. We're adding more talent. When you do shit like this, you nominate Leo Messi for an MVP trophy for the league's performance, and he played 4 games, and now apparently he's out with a hamstring tear and won't play any more games this year.
Yep.
But 4 games is all it takes to be nominated for an MVP.
It's not even like he scored 20 goals in 2 games, because he only played 2 games.
I don't know how many more fucking times I got to tell you this. He played 4 games, Grump.
I'll tell you one player who scored a shit ton of goals this year in his
Who's
games.
that, X?
His name is Cristiano Ronaldo. Has
He's way
38 goals in 35 games and also has 11 assists on the season.
Way better.
Hey, plays in a tougher league too. Better results, healthier. But hey, they got to find a way to give little Leo Messi. He wants as many benefits as he can get. Yeah, I mean, like, think about it. The season for the MLS, there's 32 games so far in the season. He played in 4 of those games. He's played not even 1/8. He's not even played 1/8 of the season.
Has Messi won Player of the Month in the MLS?
They have MLS Player of the Month.
I mean, I don't know. Saudi League has a Player of the Month. I would assume MLS does, unless they're that much of a joke that they don't even have that.
Well, here's the thing. If you're MVP of the league and you just get 1 goal and 2 assists, I don't think how they can break that down as a monthly. He's like, is that if you show up to every game? I mean, is that how you get nominated for that award?
Sit on the bench?
He's never won a Player of the Month. No, he's not won a Player of the Month. Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? Okay.
That didn't stop him last year from winning Ballon d'Or trophy. He wasn't player of any month anywhere, and he wins Ballon d'Or somehow.
Columbus Cruz, Chucho Hernandez, played 5 games this last month here in September and had 8 goals and 1 assist. Man, this guy, it sounds like he's going to win 5 MVP trophies.
He probably didn't even get nominated.
Probably Messi took his spot.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It's an absolute fucking joke. It's a joke. It's bad. It's really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, he never won an MVP. He never won a Player of the Month. But hey, he's up there for Player of the Year after 4 really fantastic games.
It's a travesty.
It is. It is. Let's look here. We got a few more comments there. Freeze Warning said, Messi, the GOAT lives in y'all's head rent free. Nah, I wouldn't call him the GOAT, but MLS, or he isn't winning the MLS MVP, just nominated. Calm down. Well, why would you nominate if you don't think a guy has a chance to win? Is it just like I'm nominating to throw your name in the pool?
Because you're Messi? That's literally the only reason.
That's the only reason. I think, honestly, they just want people to pay attention to who's the league MVP. Can you name any MLS MVP ever?
Without looking it up, can you name last year's MLS year MVP and then 2 years and 3 years and 4 years ago? The answer is no. I couldn't name one MLS MVP in the history of the freaking league.
Very true.
They want to say
it's a award that means nothing.
They just want to be able to say Messi won the MVP for the MLS, and it's just
I don't think he's going to win, but it'll make people, hey, well, let's see if he won.
Technical staff is going to be voting on it. You got players voting on it, and then writers. You don't think they could cook the fucking books like they've done with prior Ballon d'Ors and just go ahead and give him an award? It's just I hope, honestly, he wins an award. It just shows you further and further how it's just a fucking joke. It's all a joke.
Well, when he's given the Ballon d'Or, it just tells you all you need to know about how much of a joke it is. How it's all.
I don't.
Was he even the best? Didn't win the best player on his team, but could win a Ballon d'Or. It's cute. Yep. Andrew L said, "Is there a way that I choke an 80-0 lead to Grumpy?"
No. No way. No way.
Mm.
No way. Impossible.
Let's do this.
Well, not impossible. If you bench all your players, whoever's left, you will. There's a chance I could beat you. Otherwise, no.
Well, let's do this, guys. We're here at the end of the show today. What do you want to say before we wrap things up here, guys?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from TJ, the grumpy old man, and Son X.
And Son X, what do you want to say before we wrap things up here today?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening. Had a great time with you all as always, and we will see you guys next time.
We will see you guys next time.
Look at what a half-assed X from you, TJ.
Is that a Dallas Stars jersey, Son X? Watch the game in Dallas, and they've got lots of cheerleaders. Gotta love Dallas. That is, in fact, a Dallas Stars jersey. It's a Mike Badano jersey.
There it is.
So, yes.
But thank you, everybody, for watching the show here tonight. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you, Son X.
My pleasure.
Is there going to be a show this Sunday or no?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'll let you
I'm
know.
asking for X.
I'll let you know. If not, y'all can do it.
What do you mean? You're absolutely doing the show on Sunday.
I don't know what's going to be happening on Sunday. Who knows?
So I guess play it by
I'll
ear.
probably be doing the show on Sunday. I'll let you know if anything happens otherwise.
Okay.
If I have to, I can FaceTime in or something.
Oh gosh. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be live this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much, Grumpy. Thanks so much, Sun X.
My
We'll
pleasure.
see you guys next time.